know, Harper, I woke up this morning to the sweetest thing. Daniel left a bouquet of lilies on my nightstand. He even wrote a handwritten note telling me how grateful he is to have me in his life. Sometimes I wonder how I got so lucky. Every day feels like a fairy tale, honestly. I wish every woman could experience this kind of devotion.
That sounds amazing, Olivia. I mean, that's what every girl dreams of, isn't it? A man who doesn't just love you, but shows it constantly. You know, I've been dating again, trying to find someone who fits, but none of them seem to. I don't know, carry that depth your Daniel has. It makes me wonder if I'm asking for too much.
You are not asking for too much. You see, that's why I always say I married the last gentleman on earth. He doesn't just stop at flowers. Yesterday, he came back from work, tired and all, yet he still massaged my feet and asked how my day was. And guess what? He booked a surprise spa appointment for me this weekend. Sometimes I wonder if I did something extraordinary in my past life to deserve a man like him.
Olivia, you make it sound like paradise. I keep comparing the men I meet to Daniel. Last week I went on a date, and the guy couldn't even put his phone down long enough to ask me real questions. He didn't care how my day went. I tried to smile through it, but deep inside, I was wishing he had just an ounce of Daniel's charm, his attentiveness, his everything. So, what do you usually do for someone you're serious about? Do you surprise her with flowers, notes, little things like that? I mean, do you show affection daily?
Well, I don't think love is about staged gestures every morning. It's about consistency, respect, honesty. I work long hours, so flowers every day? That feels a little unrealistic. I'd rather show love by being present when it matters most. Isn't that more meaningful?
I see. I guess. I've just heard of men who never let their wives feel a day unloved. It kind of sets the bar high, you know? Like if someone else can do it, why can't every man?
I think every man is different and they show love and support differently. You shouldn't use people's relationship as a yardstick for your own. It could be disastrous.
Oh, you should have seen Daniel last week. I was exhausted, and before I even said a word, he ran me a warm bath with candles and soft music. He sat by me just talking about my day until I fell asleep. Harper, he anticipates my needs like he reads my soul. Sometimes I feel guilty telling you these things. It's almost unfair.
No, tell me. Please. I like hearing about it. It gives me hope, you know? That men like Daniel actually exist. Because when I go out there, all I meet are guys who ghost me, guys who play games, or guys who don't even notice when I'm hurting. What you have. It sounds like a miracle, Olivia. Like something I may never find.
You will find, Harper. You just have to be selective and apply pressure on them. They will come to you and do those sweet things for you.
Why can't I find that? Why does it feel like every man I meet is half of what I deserve? Maybe Olivia's right, maybe I'm searching in the wrong places. But if Daniel exists, shouldn't there be more Daniels out there? Or is love just not meant for me the way it is for her?
Daniel couldn't even bother to come home tonight. Again. If only Harper knew the truth. But she doesn't need to. Let her think I've got the fairy tale. At least then someone admires me, even if it's built on lies.
Olivia's husband brings her flowers every morning. He makes her tea before she even gets out of bed. He cancels meetings to spend time with her. I mean, are men like that even real? Maybe I'm just unlucky. Or maybe I just haven't met the right one.
Good morning, Harper. Hope you slept well. Busy day ahead, but let's catch up later.
That's it? No good morning, beautiful, no flowers, no nothing. Just a plain text. He doesn't feel like the kind of man Olivia brags about. Why am I wasting my time?
Daniel, could you at least take the trash out before you leave for work? I've been asking for 3 days now. It's starting to smell.
I'm busy, Olivia. You know I've got a lot on my plate. Just do it yourself. Why make a big deal out of little things?
Big things out of little things? Daniel. Really?
Just do it yourself, Olivia. It's not a big deal.
Flowers every morning? Tea before bed? Cancelling meetings for me? If only Harper knew the truth. If only she knew that I buy my own flowers just so she believes I live in some fairy tale. Oh, Harper. Guess what? Daniel surprised me last night with dinner reservations at this beautiful French restaurant. You know, the kind where the waiters pull out your chair and the music makes you feel like you're in Paris. Honestly, I'm so lucky. Sometimes I think I don't deserve him.
Olivia, you always say things like that and it makes me feel like maybe I'm the problem. I keep meeting men who barely know how to say thank you, let alone plan something special. It's like I'm chasing a dream that doesn't exist. Hearing all this makes me happy for you, but also, it makes me wonder what's wrong with me.
Oh Harper, don't say that. You're amazing. You just haven't met your Daniel yet. Trust me, once the right guy comes along, you'll see, he'll spoil you, adore you, and make you feel like the only woman in the world. Until then, just don't settle. Wait for your perfect match.
Day after day, Olivia paints this picture of marriage like it's heaven. But the more she talks, the emptier I feel. Every man I meet falls short, because I keep measuring them against Daniel. I don't even know Daniel that well, but through her stories, he feels like the standard. Maybe that's my mistake. Or maybe Olivia's just too lucky.
Daniel is nothing like the man I tell Harper about. He doesn't buy flowers, he doesn't listen, he doesn't care. But she believes me. She envies me. And that envy makes me feel powerful. So tomorrow, I'll tell her something new. Maybe that he wrote me a love note. She'll eat it up, like always.
Let's grab dinner tonight at our regular spot. Can't wait to see you.
Dinner at some downtown restaurant? Why does this feel so plain? Shouldn't he be excited, passionate? Something more than just let's grab dinner? I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Or maybe Lily's stories have ruined dating for me. Still, maybe I should go, give him a fair chance. Maybe I'll see something I've been missing all along.
Oh Harper, last night Daniel surprised me with the sweetest thing. He left sticky notes all around the house, each one with little compliments. You're beautiful, thank you for being my wife, I love you forever. Honestly, I walked around smiling like a teenager in love. It felt magical. Daniel always finds ways to remind me he treasures me. He's truly one of a kind.
Olivia, do you realize every time you tell me these things, I feel like the men I meet are hopeless? Mark just asked me to dinner, and instead of being excited, I'm comparing him to Daniel. Sticky notes? Romantic dinners? Flowers? None of them even come close. I keep thinking maybe I should just stop dating until someone like Daniel magically appears. Otherwise, what's the point?
Harper, you look beautiful tonight. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this all week. You're easy to talk to, and I enjoy being around you. I may not be perfect, but I believe relationships are about small, consistent things, not grand gestures that fade quickly. I'd rather show up for you daily than only dazzle you once in a while.
Mark, that's sweet, but you don't understand. Every story I hear from Olivia about her husband sounds like a fairy tale. He doesn't just show up, he spoils her, surprises her, loves her openly, passionately. And I can't help but want that too. Sitting here, I should be happy with your honesty, but instead, I'm asking myself, why can't I have what Olivia has? Why does it feel like I'm settling?
I'm trying my best, Harper. I'm really trying.
Your best isn't enough.
You know, Daniel, if you cared half as much as I tell Harper you do, maybe I wouldn't be so miserable. She thinks you're the world's best husband, but the truth is, you can't even bother to look at me when I'm talking. You don't write notes, you don't surprise me, you don't even try. And yet, I keep up this charade for her sake.
Why do you even bother lying to her then? If you're unhappy, tell her the truth. Why put me on a pedestal I never asked for? You're the one spinning fairy tales. Maybe you like her envy more than my love. Maybe this whole game makes you feel better about yourself. If you want romance, stop comparing me to some fantasy version of myself. I'm not that man.
Why can't you just act right for once? I crave all the sweet things I tell Harper. Why can't you just do those things for me?
I'm not that man, Olivia. The sooner you accept it, and stop pushing me, the better for all of us. And stop feeding that innocent girl lies about me.
Dinner with Mark was fine, he's kind, attentive, grounded. But that's not enough for me anymore. Every word Olivia says builds this image of the kind of love I deserve, and now nothing less feels satisfying. Maybe I'm chasing an illusion. Maybe I'm doomed to disappointment. But I can't stop hoping that somewhere, someone like Daniel is out there waiting for me.
Do you ever think about what it feels like to be married to a ghost? You sit there, chewing, staring at the TV like I don't even exist. Meanwhile, I'm out here making you sound like the husband of the year to Harper. Sticky notes, surprises, passion, I'm painting a masterpiece of a man you've never been. Do you even care that I've built you into someone you're not?
Olivia, why keep up the act if it drains you so much? You want me to be some Prince Charming, but that's not who I am. I provide, I'm here, but you want fireworks every night. Do you think Harper's life is better because of your lies? You're pushing her into chasing a fantasy, and you're pushing me away with your endless comparisons. I can't be your fairy tale.
You provide? What exactly do you provide? You don't do anything for me, no dinner dates. No appreciations. Nothing.
Olivia. I don't have time for this. Do whatever you like.
To new beginnings and countless chapters we'll write together, Mark.
Oh wow. That's sweet. Thoughtful. He actually remembered what I said about this book. Maybe he's not Daniel, but he's attentive in his own way. This feels genuine, like maybe he's trying to understand me, not just impress me. For the first time, I feel hopeful. Could this be real love growing? Olivia, you won't believe this. Mark left me a gift at my door this morning, a copy of my favorite book, with a handwritten note. It felt so personal, so thoughtful. For once, I feel like he's really listening, really seeing me. I've been skeptical for so long, but maybe I judged him too quickly. I think there's something special about him after all.
Oh Harper, that's cute, really, it is. But Daniel has been doing things like that since we first met. Just last week, he bought me an entire set of poetry books, because he remembered I loved them in college. And not just that, he planned a candlelit dinner to go with it. Mark's effort is nice, but trust me, once you've tasted real passion like Daniel's, gestures like that feel small.
Olivia. You always make Daniel sound like he's in another league. And I can't lie, it makes me doubt what I have with Mark. But for me, that book meant something. It was exactly what I needed at the right time. Maybe it's not about how big the gesture is, but how real it feels. Still, I wish I could experience even half the magic you always describe with Daniel.
You will experience it. Mark is not the right man for you. Your Daniel will come.
You came home quiet. What's wrong this time?
Harper. She keeps talking about Mark's little gestures like they're the best thing in the world. A book, a note, she's acting like it's the grandest romance ever. It infuriates me because she looks at me like I'm the lucky one. So I had to remind her, Daniel does more, Daniel is better. I can't let her think her little love story competes with mine.
So you're competing with her happiness now? Olivia, don't you see? You're so obsessed with making me look like the perfect husband that you can't even stand the thought of Harper being happy. You downgrade Mark not because he's bad, but because you can't stand losing. It's not about me, it's about control. But the more you lie, the more cracks show, and soon, Harper will see right through you.
Mark is kind, thoughtful, and slowly winning my heart. But Olivia's words echo in my head. Daniel would have done more, Daniel is more romantic, Daniel is perfection. I hate that I measure Mark against a man I don't even know well. What if I'm setting myself up for disappointment again? Still, tonight, I can't deny, I feel something growing for Mark. Maybe this time, it's real.
Harper, I know life has been rough on you lately, and I thought maybe you deserved something magical. I don't have expensive cars or five-star dinners, but I do have honesty and a heart that wants to see you smile. So I decorated this place with my clumsy hands just for you. If it feels too much, just know it's because I really wanted you to feel special tonight.
Mark, I don't even know what to say. No one's ever gone this far just to make me feel important, not even in little ways. I always thought romance had to be extravagant, like in the movies or the stories Olivia tells me about Daniel. But sitting here, with you and these lights, I feel like I've stepped into something real. Thank you. Truly. This means more than you know.
You're welcome, my darling. I'll always put in the effort for you.
Olivia, you won't believe what Mark did last night. He turned the little space of the restaurant into this fairy tale scene, candles, music, the works. It was the most thoughtful thing anyone's ever done for me. For the first time in forever, I actually felt cherished, like maybe I'm not destined to just chase after the wrong men. I had to tell you, because you've always been the one I share everything with.
Wow, Harper, that does sound sweet. But honestly, that's nothing compared to what Daniel did for me just yesterday. He surprised me with a helicopter ride over the city, champagne waiting, and even whispered that he'd book us a private villa in Greece for our anniversary. I mean, restaurant lights are cute, but a real man makes you feel like the world bends for you. Daniel never settles for anything less.
Helicopter ride across the city? That's amazing. What was the experience like? Oh, I'll love to have that.
Have that? Mark is not capable of doing such. That's why I said get your own Daniel. Someone that can give you the blissful experience you want and should have. Mark is not the Daniel you should have in your life.
Olivia, I've had enough. Do you hear the ridiculous lies you tell Harper? A helicopter ride? A villa in Greece? I work overtime just to keep our bills paid, and you paint me as some billionaire prince. You make me look like a fraud in my own home. Why do you need her to envy you so badly? What's broken inside you that you'd rather live in fantasies than be real?
Don't you dare lecture me, Daniel. Do you know what it feels like to watch your best friend glow every time some guy does the smallest thing for her? I can't stand the thought of Harper pitying me. So yes, I exaggerate, I create stories, because perception is everything. I'd rather her believe I'm living in some perfect fairy tale than admit that my marriage feels so ordinary. Ordinary isn't enough for me.
You are something else, Olivia. You are doomed.
For once, just take me on a date. Do something nice for me, get me flowers too. I'm sick and tired of asking to remind you of those things.
Take you on a date? Buy you flowers? With this your desperation? Never. I'm not that type of man.
Mark, after last night, I was so excited to tell Olivia. But she compared your restaurant surprise to Daniel flying her in helicopters and planning villas abroad. It suddenly made me feel small again, like maybe I'm celebrating scraps while others get feasts. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but sometimes I wonder if I'm just naive, mistaking simple kindness for romance, while people like Olivia live the real fairy tale dreams.
Harper, listen to me. Grand gestures don't mean love. I could rent a helicopter tomorrow, and it still wouldn't change how I feel when you laugh at my bad jokes or when you trust me enough to tell me your fears. Olivia's stories. They don't sound real, they sound rehearsed. You felt something genuine last night, didn't you? That wasn't scraps, Harper. That was two people sharing something authentic, and it's priceless.
No, Olivia's stories doesn't sound rehearsed. They are real. I need more romantic gestures like that from you so that I don't get left behind.
I can't lose this game. Heroa cannot think Mark is more romantic than Daniel. She's always been the one stumbling after failed relationships, while I stood tall with my perfect marriage. If her confidence grows because of him, what happens to me? What if she realizes I've been lying? No, I have to go bigger, better, louder. Daniel will do whatever I say, or I'll make him look like the villain.
Hello everyone, if you are enjoying this story, please consider subscribing for more tales like this. Thank you.
Olivia, we have had this conversation before. The bills are piling up, the laundry never ends, and every single evening I come home exhausted only to step over shoes in the hallway, dishes still in the sink, and a grocery list we never tackled. You keep telling Harper I'm the perfect husband who magically does everything, but the truth is I'm suffocating under all this. I feel more like a housemate than a partner, Olivia.
Oh Daniel, please stop exaggerating. Every couple has bills, every couple has chores. But when I talk to Harper, I'm not listing out failures, I'm sharing highlights. Nobody wants to hear about unpaid electricity bills or dirty laundry. I'm painting a picture of stability, something she can look up to. And if you really cared, you'd stop making me look like a nagging wife by complaining about chores all the time.
Highlights. Olivia, you're creating a fantasy, not a marriage. When Harper hears your version of us, she thinks I'm some dream husband who wakes you with breakfast in bed and pays bills effortlessly. But here's reality, I'm juggling double shifts, trying to keep this house afloat, and I don't see you lifting a finger. What hurts is you don't even defend me when I call out the truth, you double down on lies.
Daniel, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I walk into our kitchen, it looks like a war zone. I cook, I clean, I manage everything, and you come home, sit on the couch, and pretend life is perfect. Do you even realize how exhausting it is to carry the weight of this household on my shoulders while you act like a guest in your own home?
Why are you changing the subject? Are you trying to manipulate me?
I'm not changing the subject.
But please, don't start with that argument again, Olivia. I work all day to pay for this house, for your comforts, for the groceries, and the endless things you keep demanding. Do you think money grows on trees? When I come home, I'm drained. And you expect me to roll up my sleeves, scrub dishes, and vacuum floors after working 12 hours? Tell me, when exactly do I get to breathe?
Breathe? You want to breathe? What about me? You think sitting at home is some kind of spa vacation? Try managing bills piling up, groceries, laundry, cleaning, and then smiling in front of Harper like we're the perfect couple. I'm the one holding this image together while you barely contribute. Daniel, if you can't handle simple responsibilities, maybe you should admit you're not the husband everyone thinks you are.
Do not twist this, Olivia. You talk about bills, look at them, piling up because you won't stop living beyond our means. You want the expensive dress, the latest gadgets, fancy dinners to show off. I'm tired of being painted as the lazy husband when, in reality, I'm slaving away just to keep your illusions alive. Maybe if you stopped pretending to Harper about our so-called perfect marriage, you'd see how broken it really is.
Harper, I thought I'd surprise you today. These aren't just flowers, they are tulips, the ones you said your grandmother used to grow. I wanted to give you a piece of comfort, something that feels personal. Because when I think of you, I think of someone who deserves care in the details, not just big flashy gestures. I hope this shows you I really do pay attention to the little things.
Mark, this is beautiful, it really is. And you're thoughtful in ways most men aren't. But then I talk to Olivia, and she tells me how Daniel pays every single bill before she even remembers they're due, or how he scrubs the kitchen spotless after cooking dinner for her. And I can't help but compare. I don't mean to, but sometimes it feels like I'm still settling for less than what's possible.
Harper, do you realize what you're saying? I bring you flowers because I know your story. I work late nights so you don't have to worry about rent. But Daniel? You only know about him through Olivia. You don't live in their house, you don't see the arguments behind closed doors. It hurts that you're holding me against a measuring stick built on her words. Don't I deserve to be seen for who I actually am?
I know you're right, Mark, and I hate myself for even saying it. You're good to me, and I see the way you try. But when Olivia talks, it's like she's living in this fairy tale world I can't access. And instead of making me happy for her, ignores at me. It makes me want more, even when I know what I already have with you is real and rare. Mark, I can't help but feel disappointed sometimes. You're wonderful, truly, but then I see how Olivia's husband does all these incredible things for her, flowers every morning, surprise date nights, thoughtful gestures she doesn't even have to ask for. And I think, why can't I have that too? Why can't you just step up and show me the same level of love and effort she gets every day?
Harper, do you even hear yourself right now? You're comparing me to a fantasy, to a man you've never even seen treat his wife behind closed doors. Do you think flowers erase arguments? Do you think surprise dates mean the marriage is perfect? You're putting me against an illusion Olivia paints for you, and it's not fair. I love you in real ways, not staged performances. Isn't that worth something?
I know, but it's hard not to feel envious, Mark. I mean, Olivia always looks so happy when she talks about Daniel. She paints this picture of stability, romance, and attentiveness, and it makes me wonder why I can't have the same. I don't want to feel like I'm asking too much when I ask for more effort. Sometimes it just feels like I'm second best compared to her.
Second best? Harper, you're everything to me. But don't you see what's happening? You're letting Olivia manipulate your idea of love. She brags, she exaggerates, and you soak it up like it's gospel truth. I may not bring flowers every morning, but I bring consistency, honesty, and a heart that's loyal to you. Stop letting her lies make you blind to the man who's right here, fighting for you.
Olivia, you won't believe it. Mark showed up today with tulips, my grandmother's favorite flowers. I nearly cried because it felt so personal, like he actually sees me, you know? For the first time, I thought maybe I have something special too, maybe not like you and Daniel, but in our own way, it's beautiful.
Oh Harper, tulips are sweet, I'll give him that. But Daniel, he doesn't stop at flowers. Last week, I mentioned how stressed I was about work, and the next morning, he had drawn me a bath with candles, made pancakes from scratch, and even did the grocery shopping before I woke up. It's not just gestures, it's the consistency, the way he anticipates my needs before I say them.
Olivia, when you talk like that, it makes me feel like nothing Mark does will ever measure up. I was glowing with happiness, and now I feel silly, like my excitement was misplaced. Do you realize what it is to me when you paint Daniel as this flawless husband? It makes me doubt what I already have, and it's exhausting living in someone else's shadow.
Harper, you shouldn't see it as a competition. I'm just sharing my blessings, that's all. If anything, Daniel sets the standard of what a good man can be. Maybe instead of feeling insecure, you could use it as motivation, to push Mark a little, help him grow into the kind of partner you truly deserve. After all, don't you think you're worth that much effort? Daniel, you're unbelievable. We had a massive fight in the kitchen earlier, and here you are acting like nothing happened, scrolling through your phone. Is this what marriage means to you, ignoring problems until they magically disappear? You can't keep walking away from responsibility, Daniel. I'm sick of feeling like I'm in this marriage alone, fighting for balance while you drown yourself in excuses.
Oh, don't start again, Olivia. You want balance? Then stop keeping score like marriage is some competition. You love playing the victim card, painting yourself as the hard-working wife with the lazy husband. But tell me, when was the last time you appreciated what I do bring to this house? I'm not a robot, Olivia. I'm human, and I'm tired of being treated like I'll never measure up to your fantasy husband.
Mark, you don't understand how it feels watching Olivia's life unfold. Every little detail she shares makes me question our relationship. She talks about how Daniel wakes up early, makes her coffee, surprises her with bills already paid, things you never do. I'm not asking for the moon, just some effort. I don't want to feel like I'm settling when I know other women are experiencing more.
Enough, Harper. Do you hear yourself? You're letting Olivia feed you stories, and you're swallowing them whole without questioning. What if I told you their marriage is nothing like what they show you? What if all that perfection is a mask, hiding cracks deeper than ours? You want coffee and flowers, but what about loyalty, patience, and someone who actually listens to you when you cry? Isn't that worth more?
Why are you yelling? Is it because I said I wanted more? Why can't I demand for those things? Olivia, sometimes I feel like I'm failing as a wife. Mark doesn't do half the things Daniel does for you. You're so lucky, you have a husband who pays bills on time, helps around the house, makes your life so easy. I'm starting to resent Mark, and it's eating me up. How do you two do it? How does Daniel manage to be so perfect without flaws?
Oh, Harper, Daniel isn't perfect, but we make it work. He's attentive, responsible, and he understands me. Sure, we argue sometimes, but doesn't every couple? The truth is, Mark probably just doesn't see the importance of little gestures. You deserve more, Harper, but don't lose hope. If you push him enough, maybe he'll change. Men need pressure sometimes, and trust me, I know what I'm saying.
Victor, sometimes I wonder if Olivia even remembers who I am anymore. She doesn't see the hours I put in, the bills I paid, the things I sacrifice. She just sees what I haven't done, like missing trash day or forgetting to fix the leaking tap. She talks to Harper like she's got a perfect husband, but the truth? At home, she treats me like a roommate who can't keep up. I'm tired, man. I'm suffocating.
And you just accept it? Daniel, you've been wearing that noose around your neck too long. Look, I know you're loyal, but loyalty without appreciation is slavery. You're not a servant in your own marriage. There are women out there who value a man who comes home tired but still cares. You've got charm, you've got heart. Stop letting Olivia drain you. Open your eyes, life is bigger than her criticism.
I hear you, but marriage is sacred. I can't just walk away because she's difficult. We have built years together. Walking out or stepping out. It feels wrong. And besides, what if it's just me overreacting? Maybe I'm not enough, maybe that's why she keeps complaining. Maybe I'm the problem, not her.
Stop that nonsense. You have been bending backwards, Daniel. I have watched you. I have seen you turn down nights out, grind at work, bring money home, and still deal with her moods. A good woman makes her man feel respected even when things aren't perfect. If Olivia can't do that, then she's the problem. Don't waste your prime years proving yourself to someone who only sees flaws. Think about your happiness for once.
Olivia, I don't know how you do it. Honestly. Every time I see you, you're glowing, you're composed. Meanwhile, my house feels like a battlefield. Mark and I argue over the smallest things, bills, cleaning, intimacy. And I can't help but compare. Daniel seems like the dream husband, the kind every woman begs for. Doesn't it get exhausting, Olivia, being married to someone who seems flawless all the time?
Harper, I won't lie, it can be a lot sometimes, but in a good way. Daniel really does take care of me. He balances work, still helps with chores, remembers to listen when I vent. Even when we disagree, it never turns ugly. You just need to set higher standards for Mark. Push him, remind him what you expect. Sometimes men don't change until they see we won't lower the bar.
I have pushed, Olivia. I've cried, begged, shouted, compared, you name it. Mark says I'm too demanding, but why should it be demanding to ask for effort? When I see how Daniel shows up for you, it makes me wonder if I'm the fool here. Am I expecting too much, or did I just marry the wrong man?
Don't think like that. You didn't marry the wrong man. You just need to shape him. Mark has potential, I'm sure of it, but potential means nothing if you don't demand results. Remember, Olivia, men rise to the standard we set. Maybe he resists now, but with enough pressure, he'll break through like Daniel did. Don't settle for less, not when you deserve the best. And if he doesn't break, look somewhere else.
I think I like that idea better. Mark, why must everything with you feel like pulling teeth? Why do I have to remind you about bills, about cleaning, about helping me breathe in this marriage? I feel like I'm carrying us, and when I mention Daniel, you shut down. Why can't you see I don't want to resent you, but I'm already heading there? Is it too much to ask you to step up like other husbands do?
Harper, I'm done. Done with this constant comparison. Every single time we fight, Daniel's name comes up like he is some saint. You don't see me. You only see what Olivia tells you. Next flash, Olivia paints pictures that aren't real. I'm not Daniel, I'm Mark. I've stood by you through thick and thin. If my loyalty, my sacrifices, and my love aren't enough, then maybe you don't want me. Maybe you want a fantasy instead.
Don't twist this, Mark. It's not about fantasies, it's about reality. You've grown too comfortable. You think being here physically is enough, but I need effort, I need proof of love, not just words. You say Olivia lies, but even lies sound better than the truth I'm living. At least Daniel looks like he's trying. You're just tired, distant, and defensive. I want more, Mark. I deserve more.
Careful, Olivia. Very careful. Because one day you will wake up and realize the man you kept tearing down isn't there anymore. And when I leave, it won't be because I didn't love you, it'll be because you made it impossible to stay. Keep comparing me to Daniel, keep humiliating me, and you'll see how drastic I can be when pushed to the edge.
Daniel, look at her. Do you see the way she's glancing at you? That's admiration. She doesn't know your flaws, your bad days, or the constant nagging you endure at home. She only sees a strong, confident man. Don't you miss that? The feeling of being respected, appreciated, desired? Sometimes stepping outside isn't about betrayal, it's about reclaiming yourself. You deserve someone who sees your worth without demanding endless perfection every single day.
Victor, you make it sound so easy, but this is my marriage we're talking about. I made vows to Olivia, and as difficult as she can be, she is still my wife. But you're right about something, I don't feel seen at home anymore. Every gesture I make gets dismissed, every effort overshadowed by her imaginary version of me she brags about to Haja. I'm exhausted. And yet, that woman's smile feels like oxygen.
Harper, we need to talk. Lately, every time I try to be close to you, you're buried in that phone. You're distracted, restless, unsatisfied no matter what I do. And when I ask why, all I get are comparisons to Olivia's fairy tale life. It's draining me, Harper. I love you, but I can't keep fighting for your attention against imaginary stories. If something's going on, you need to say it now.
Mark, don't twist this. I'm not distracted. I'm just finally talking to someone who understands. He listens without judgment, praises my smallest effort, and doesn't make me feel like I'm asking too much. I'm tired of begging you to notice me, to bring some magic into this relationship. I hear Olivia talk about her marriage, and I wonder, why can't I have that too? Maybe I deserve a partner who actually makes me feel alive.
So that's it. You found someone else to fill in the gaps you imagine I'm not covering. Harper, you're chasing a fantasy built on lies. You don't see it, but you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. If you think this other man will save you, go ahead. But I promise you, if you keep comparing me to a dream that doesn't exist, you'll wake up one day with nothing left.
Olivia, I think Mark is slipping away from me. He doesn't do half the things Daniel does for you. He barely notices me. I try to talk, but all he does is argue. Sometimes, I think maybe I'm asking for too much. But then I remember how you say Daniel gets you flowers, cooks for you, even runs baths for you. Why can't I have that? Am I asking for the impossible?
Oh, Harper, don't ever think you're asking too much. Mark is the problem, not you. Daniel wakes me up with breakfast in bed, plans surprise dates, even takes care of chores so I can relax. That's what a real man does. Don't settle for less, Harper. If Mark isn't meeting your needs, then maybe you need to start demanding more, or looking elsewhere. You deserve everything I have and more, never doubt that.
Daniel, my friend, you have been carrying that weary look for weeks. You're a man of substance, yet Olivia has drained every ounce of your spark. Did you see that woman at the restaurant that night? Notice how she smiles at you, not out of pity, but pure admiration. That's what you deserve, attention without effort, appreciation without demand. Why keep feeding a woman who only sees your flaws, when someone else already sees your worth shining?
Victor, don't start. You know I've tried everything to make Olivia happy, yet somehow my best is never enough. She flaunts me to Harper as if I'm a prince, then at home she chips away at me like I'm nothing. But you're right, sometimes I crave that simple recognition, the kind that makes a man feel alive again. And her smile. God, it feels like she sees the Daniel I'd long forgotten.
Harper, you've been glued to that phone for days now, smiling, giggling like a teenager. You don't even notice when I walk in anymore. What's so funny? Who's got your attention more than your own husband? Because I remember a time when you used to light up like that for me. Now, I feel like a stranger in my own house. Tell me, who's behind that glowing screen you can't put down?
Mark, don't act like you suddenly care. His name is Adrien, And before you get dramatic, it's not what you think. He listens to me, really listens. He remembers the little things, like how I love sunflowers, or that I've always wanted to visit Greece. He sends me good morning texts without fail, asks how my day is, and tells me I'm beautiful. When was the last time you made me feel seen like that?
So that's it. Some man sends a few texts, pretends to care, and suddenly he's the love you've been waiting for. Harper, wake up. Any man can play perfect when he doesn't have bills to pay beside you, arguments to settle, or real life pressing down. You think Adrien will be flawless forever? No, he won't. You're chasing a fantasy because it feels exciting, but it's not reality. I'm flesh and blood, imperfect but real.
And what good has your reality given me? Sleepless nights because you're too tired to talk. Silent dinners because you're too drained to connect. I'm not asking for a millionaire or a prince, Mark. I just want affection, attention, romance. Adrian shows me that it's possible. Don't call it fantasy, call it effort. If he can do it, why couldn't you? Why did you stop? Or maybe you never cared enough in the first place.
Funny thing about restaurants like these, you come for the food but end up staying for the conversations. You look like a man carrying 1,000 thoughts. Heavy week? Or is it just life reminding you it doesn't pause for anyone? I'm Vanessa, by the way. Marketing consultant, part-time painter, lover of red wine and mystery novels. And you? What's your story? You don't strike me as someone ordinary, at least not tonight.
Vanessa. Nice name. I'm Daniel. Engineer by profession, exhausted husband by experience, and apparently the man who doesn't buy his wife enough flowers or do enough to impress her friends. Life feels like a constant performance where no matter what I do, I never get the standing ovation. But painting, marketing, novels, you sound like you have carved out a life filled with passion. How do you balance all that without losing yourself?
Honestly, I stopped trying to please everyone. I learned that when you live only for approval, you lose your joy. I travel, I paint, I say yes to opportunities that excite me, not obligations that drain me. That's why I'm here alone, because I'd rather dine by myself than sit next to someone who makes me feel invisible. Daniel, you don't look invisible. You look like a man who deserves to be noticed again.
You don't know how much I needed to hear that. I'd been buried under Olivia endless lists of what I don't do right. Sometimes I wonder if she even sees me anymore. Sitting here with you, I feel lighter. Like for the first time in a long while, someone actually wants to know me, not criticize me. Tell me more, Vanessa. What drives you? What makes you feel alive beyond work?
Daniel, do you ever stop to think about me? Or is your job the only thing you're married to? You don't buy me flowers anymore, you don't plan date nights, you barely notice when I change my hair. And don't get me started on the dishes, you leave them for me like I'm your maid, not your wife. Is it so hard to show me I'm worth a little effort and attention?
Olivia, must everything be a checklist of what I didn't do? Do you even remember what I have done? The late nights working overtime so the bills get paid, the times I cancel my own plans just to keep this household running? You compare me to some fairy tale husband in your head, but that man doesn't exist. I'm human, Olivia. I can't be flawless, but I'm still here, trying, even if you can't see it.
Trying. Daniel, trying means remembering anniversaries without me reminding you. Trying means picking up flowers because you thought of me, not because I begged. Trying means noticing when I'm exhausted and doing the dishes without being asked. I don't need your paycheck, I need your presence, your romance, your tenderness. You've grown complacent, and it feels like I'm living with a roommate, not a husband. And honestly, I'm tired of feeling unloved.
You say you're tired? Olivia, so am I tired of being the villain in your script, Tired of giving my best only for you to rewrite it as failure. You want flowers and eights, I want peace. You want perfection, I want acceptance. But instead, I walk in every day bracing myself for complaints. Do you even remember the man you married? Because he's still here, buried under all your dissatisfaction.
Harper, I've really enjoyed these past few days getting to know you. You're different, refreshing even. Most women I meet are rushing to impress or show off, but with you, it feels genuine, unforced. When you laugh, it doesn't feel like you're putting on a show, it feels real. And I don't mind saying, I've found myself thinking about you more than I should for someone I barely know.
That's honestly surprising to hear, Adrian. You're nothing like the men I have met before. You listen, you ask about my dreams, you remember small details. With Mark, I kept begging for things, flowers, dates, affection. But with you, I don't even have to ask, you just do them naturally. It's like you read my mind, and I can't lie, that feels new, and it feels really, really good.
That's because when a woman matters, Harper, you don't wait for her to beg or compare you to someone else, you show her she matters. That's how I was raised. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency. If I care about you, I'll show it in the everyday things. You deserve to feel valued without begging for it. And maybe I'd like to be the man who shows you that.
You know, Daniel, you're so different from the way you describe your home life. You're witty, thoughtful, fun. Honestly, I can't imagine a woman not appreciating that. If I were in her shoes, I wouldn't let you go a single day without making sure you felt seen. It baffles me that you go home to constant complaints when you clearly deserve admiration.
That's exactly the problem, Vanessa. At home, nothing I do is enough. If I wash the dishes, she says I didn't buy flowers. If I pay the bills, she says I didn't take her out. If I take her out, she finds something new to complain about. It's exhausting, and lately, I just feel invisible in my own marriage. And being here with you feels like breathing again.
Then maybe you've been holding on to something that's been draining you instead of feeding you. You deserve peace, Daniel. You deserve to be wanted, admired, and loved the way you give love. If you feel seen with me, even for a few hours, maybe that's a sign you shouldn't ignore. Because life is too short to be miserable in the one place that's supposed to be home.
Harper, I can't keep doing this anymore. Every day it's the same. You comparing me to Olivia's husband, you pushing me to be someone else, you treating me like I'm falling short of some fantasy man. I've tried to listen, try to change, but nothing I do is enough. I'm not Daniel, and I'm tired of being punished for not being him.
Mark, that's not fair. I never said you had to be Daniel. I just wanted you to make me feel special, to do little things without me having to beg. Is it wrong for a woman to want affection? Flowers? A date night? Am I asking for too much when every other man seems capable of giving that effortlessly?
You're not asking for too much, Harper, you're asking the wrong person. Because I'm not going to be manipulated into competing with someone else's husband. I'm tired of being set up to fail. So here is the truth, I'm leaving. I don't know if it's temporary or forever, but I can't stay in this cycle where you're chasing someone else's idea of love while ignoring the man who's been right here.
You are leaving? Olivia, you won't believe this. I met someone, his name is Adrien. He's kind, thoughtful, and attentive in ways I've never experienced before. He listens, he remembers small things, he makes me feel seen. Just yesterday, he surprised me with tickets to a show I casually mentioned liking. It's like he reads my mind. Honestly, Olivia, I can't remember the last time I felt this excited about life. Mark left the house this morning too. I think things are starting to make sense in my life now.
That's nice, Harper. But honestly, that's the bare minimum. Any decent man can buy tickets or listen to a few details. Daniel goes above and beyond, lavish trips, personalized surprises, things that make other women stare in envy. Don't get me wrong, Adrian sounds sweet, but it feels like you're getting excited about scraps when there are men out there who really redefine what a love should look like. It's nice that Mark left. Men like Daniel can now rush in.
Olivia, it didn't feel like scraps to me. For once, I felt genuinely appreciated without begging for it. Maybe it's not about grand gestures. Maybe it's about consistency and care. I don't know, but with Adrien, it feels real. And honestly, I need it right now. I don't need a fantasy, I just need peace and someone who makes me feel wanted.
Peace is fine, Harper. But don't mistake mediocrity for romance. Adrien might seem perfect now, but once reality sets in, you'll see he's no different. Trust me, I know men. Daniel has set the standard so high that sometimes I even wonder if other women could keep up. Don't lower your expectations, because of momentary excitement. You deserve more than ticket stubs and sweet words.
Every time Olivia talks about Daniel, it sounds too perfect, like something out of a magazine. But I've never seen a single picture of these supposed Paris trips, or the spa weekends, or even the flowers she brags about. Isn't that odd? If Daniel was truly that thoughtful, wouldn't she have at least one photo? Or is she just making it all up to keep me doubting myself and Mark?
Come outside. I'm waiting for you. Adrian. Harper, I don't know who's been making you feel like you don't deserve kindness, but let me tell you something, a woman like you deserves to be seen, heard, and cherished every single day. If no one else sees your worth, I do. And I'll prove it not with empty words, but with consistency and care.
Adrien, you don't even realize how refreshing it is to hear that. I've been made to feel like what I want is too much, like I'm asking for the moon. But you make it sound so natural. I don't feel guilty for wanting more when I'm with you. You actually listen. You notice the little things. That alone feels so big to me. Olivia, I've been thinking. You always tell me about these luxurious trips Daniel takes you on, the flowers he showers you with, the dates, the surprises. But you never show me a single picture. Not one. Where's the evidence? In this age, everyone takes pictures, even of their lunch. Why don't you have any of these moments documented?
Harper, not everything needs to be flaunted on social media or through photos. Daniel and I value privacy, something people like you don't seem to understand. Do you think love is proven by a bunch of snapshots? Just because I don't shove proof in your face doesn't mean it isn't real. Stop doubting me, Harper. You sound insecure, and honestly, it's beneath you.
Or maybe you're the one who's insecure. Maybe you made it all up because you don't want me to see that Daniel isn't the perfect man you've painted him to be. I'm tired of being manipulated into believing I have less. If it's all real, Olivia, show me one flower bouquet, one trip ticket, one dinner receipt. Just one.
Daniel doesn't owe you proof of anything. Just because Mark failed you doesn't mean my life is a lie. You should be happy for me instead of interrogating me like some detective. If you can't handle hearing about my happiness, then maybe stop asking. Because I won't justify my marriage to anyone, not even you, Olivia.
Harper, I don't want to be a rebound for you, and I don't want to be some tool you use to prove a point to Mark or Olivia. I want us to be real, to build something solid and unshaken. But I need to know, when you look at me, is it me see, or just the escape I gave you from your pain?
Adrian, it's you. It's always been you since the moment you showed me what genuine care feels like. For the first time, I wasn't begging for the bare minimum, I was receiving more than I ever imagined I deserved. You're not a rebound. You're a revelation. But my past. It still lingers, and I don't want to drag it into what we have. That's what scares me.
Don't be scared. It's just me and you tonight.
I think we should meet again, tomorrow. What do you say?
What in the world am I looking at? Daniel. Kissing another woman? And not just anyone, Vanessa? The same Daniel Olivia brags about every single day? The trips, the flowers, the late night talks, was that all a lie? Or is he simply living that perfect life with someone else while Olivia sits at home worshipping an illusion? Is this the perfect husband Olivia spoke about? I've been trying to call Adrian, but he is not picking up my calls. He didn't send in flowers today, no good morning text. It's almost noon and I've not heard from him. What's really going on? He was supposed to take me out for lunch and take me on a dinner date today, but nothing from him right now. Oh, he was supposed to do the dishes today but he didn't. He was supposed to be the perfect BF, but why is he slacking? Olivia, I have a question, and don't you dare lie this time. Why did I see Daniel kissing Vanessa this afternoon? Why was your so-called perfect husband locking lips with another woman in broad daylight while you sit here painting fairy tales about trips and flowers? Olivia, I need the truth now. Because from where I stand, everything you've told me looks like a carefully staged lie.
W. What? Vanessa. Kissing? No. That can't be. Daniel loves me. He does. He told me he was working late. He told me he was committed to our marriage. Harper, I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. Are you absolutely sure about what you saw? Tell me it was a mistake. Please tell me you're wrong, because I can't breathe right now.
Olivia, I'm done playing this game. I asked you for proof, and you gave me excuses. I've thought about it. Every story you told me about Daniel was too polished, too convenient, and too unlike the man I know him to be. You've been lying, haven't you? You belittled me, made me doubt myself, all to cover up the fact that your so-called perfect life doesn't exist.
Fine. You want the truth. Daniel hasn't taken me anywhere. No flowers, no trips, no grand gestures. Half the time, I don't even know where he is. I was drowning in loneliness, Harper, and I envied you. Even when you were hurting, you still had the courage to ask for more. So yes, I lied. I painted a picture I wished was real, because my reality was too painful to admit.
You lied to me? You made me constantly compare Mark to Daniel, thinking Daniel was better. But in the real sense, Mark was 10 times better than Daniel. He was everything Daniel wasn't. I will never forgive you for this. You betrayed me. You spoiled my relationship.
I didn't do anything. It was up to you to take the advice I gave. You didn't even consider if it was good or bad. It was your greed that spoiled your relationship, not me. To be honest, you were worse than me.
Adrian, you've changed. When we first started, you made me feel special every single day. Flowers, sweet calls, little surprises. Now you don't even call unless I call first. You don't check if I ate, if I'm okay. You said you were different, but lately, You act like I should be grateful for your absence. What's happening to us?
Harper, I'm busy. I have work, deadlines, responsibilities. I can't keep buying flowers and making phone calls like I'm in high school. If you want flowers, buy them yourself. If you want calls, then call me. This isn't about romance anymore, it's about reality. And the reality is I don't have the time to constantly pamper you.
But you promised me. So you lied to me? You deceived me? Why?
You should get a job, Harper. And leave my sight.
Daniel. Tell me it isn't true. Tell me I didn't just waste years of my life worshipping a man who was building another life behind my back. How dare you, Daniel? How dare you humiliate me like this, parading her around while I've been defending you to Harper, making up lies to cover the fact that you barely noticed me anymore.
Olivia, stop. The truth is, I'm done. I can't keep living in a marriage that feels like a prison. Vanessa makes me feel alive again, at peace, something I haven't felt in years with you. I tried, Lily. I tried to be present, but it's over. I want a divorce. I can't pretend anymore. I choose her, and I'm not hiding it any longer.
Divorce? Why? I thought we were supposed to work this out.
There is nothing to work out. My lawyer will contact you.
Mark. Please, hear me out. I know I've hurt you in ways words can't fix, but I was deceived. Olivia fed me lies, convincing me you weren't enough, convincing me to compare you to some fantasy man. I let her voice drown out the truth of your love, your patience, your consistency. I realize now that I pushed you away for no reason other than pride and foolishness. Please, give me another chance. I want to make things right.
Harper, I begged you, time after time, not to let Olivia's words poison your heart. I told you the comparisons would kill us. I warned you that chasing fantasies would blind you to what you already had. But you chose to listen to her. You doubted me, questioned me, and pushed me away. Now you're here with apologies, but Harper, I can't just erase the pain. I've moved on. I deserve peace.
I know. I know you deserve better, Mark. And I hate myself for realizing it too late. You were steady when I wanted fireworks, you were loyal when I chased shadows. Every flower I wanted, you gave me in your patience. Every date I dreamed of, you gave me in your consistency. I was blind to it. Please, don't let us end like this.
You think words now can rebuild what's broken? Harper, love isn't about begging when things fall apart, it's about protecting what you had before it breaks. I gave you my all, and you traded it for lies. I'm not angry anymore, just free. You'll have to live with your choices, the same way I've had to live with mine. Goodbye, Harper.
Daniel. I've been thinking about everything. About how I treated you, the constant nagging, the endless comparisons, the disrespect. I built walls between us, and when you looked elsewhere, it shattered me. But today, I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to ask for another chance. I want to change, Daniel. I want to learn how to appreciate you, how to listen, how to be the wife you deserve. I don't want to lose you.
Olivia, do you realize how long I'd waited to hear those words? For years I begged you to stop tearing me down, to stop comparing me to men who weren't real. I asked for peace, for respect, but I got bitterness instead. Now, after everything, after Vanessa, after the truth came out, you suddenly want to change? How do I know this isn't another performance?
It's not a performance. Daniel, I saw Harper today, and for the first time, I realized I was her poison. I lied to her, painted my life as perfect, while mine was crumbling. I was jealous, insecure, and instead of fixing my own marriage, I destroyed hers. I don't want to lose you too. Please, give me a chance to rebuild, to prove my love is real, even if it takes time.
You have hurt me deeply, Olivia. You made me feel unwanted, unappreciated, and unloved. Vanessa gave me what I was starving for, but she isn't my wife. You are. If you're serious, truly serious about changing, then I'll give you that chance. But hear me well, this is the last chance. If we go down this road again, I won't stay.
I understand. I'll work on myself, I'll rebuild the trust, and I'll stop feeding lies into people's lives. I want us, Daniel. Just us.
How did I let this happen? How did I let Olivia's bitterness guide my choices? I ruined my own happiness, because I wanted more, when the more was already in front of me. I lost Mark, the man who loved me without conditions. And for what? For flowers that fade, for dates that end, for gestures that mean nothing without love. Olivia deceived me, yes, but I chose to believe her. I chased shadows and let go of light. And now, I am alone. All I have left is regret.
You promised to meet me today. Now you are not picking up your phone. What's going on? Vanessa.
I'm no longer interested in anything we had going on. I and my wife are back together, and we are willing to make our marriage work. Thank you for your time.